Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshmyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagwan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita. In this chapter, Krishna uses the Sanskrit word muddu, that means fool. Fools can neither understand how a living entity can quit his body nor what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of gunas, the attribute and the moods of nature. Only those whose eyes are trained by the knowledge can see these things. The first thought with which we get up from our bed plays a major role in our enrichment. Throughout the day, what is the first thought usually? First, we feel awake, we feel our body. Then it may be a fear that we must go to our office, or it may be greed to finish some work. At a stroke of thought, fear or greed, our body jumps out of the bed. We connect to our body through the fear or greed. Krishna says, if we catch our body with fear and greed, we attract more of fear and greed. And more fear and greed throughout the day. There are many gates to enter the body. Never enter through fear and greed gate. Get up with the spiritual thought that bring completion in you. Remember your master or your favorite God and thank him. Thank him for the extended life. Every day that you wake up is an extension of your life on the planet Earth. Thank divinity for the grace of the extension. Let your first thought be spiritual practice. Practice it consciously for a few days, then it will become your routine. Don't connect your body through fear or greed. Then it will become your routine. Don't connect to your body through fear or greed. You will attract more fear or greed. Be grateful to the divine for this day and extension here. Completion forms the basic rule for gratitude, enlightenment, and liberation. Again, Bhagavan says, let your first thought be spiritual practice in consciously for a few days, then it will become your routine. Don't connect your body with a fear or greed. You will attract more fear or greed. Be grateful to the divine for this day and extension here. Complete form, completion forms the basic rule of for gratitude, enlightenment, and liberation. Such a powerful cognition and beautiful technique. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
मरणं घात्यते तेन सकेनापि न घाध्यते तस्य स्यात् परमा सिद्धिर् अणिमादिगुणप्रदा वायुः सन्नचरते देहे रसवृद्धिर्भवेद् ध्रुवम् आकाशपनकजगल्तीयूसमपि बध्यते मरणं खाद्यते तेन सकेनापि न खाद्यते तस्य स्यात् परमा सिद्धिर् अणिमादिगुणप्रदा वायुः सनचरते देहे रसवृद्धिर्भवेद् ध्रुवम् आकाशपनकजगलप्तीयूसमपि वर्धते.
Bhagavan beautifully says in Shiva Samhita 5.7678, Bhagavan Parameshiva says, death is eaten by him, he is eaten by none. He manifests the highest powers such as Anima, Lahima, Mahima, etc. The Vayu, the wind energy, moves equally throughout his body. The juice of his body and also increased rasaviddhi. The nectar excluding from the ethereal lotus also increases in him. Bhagavan beautifully says, when you get up in the morning, first thing what kind of a thought you are getting into, the fear or the greed, or you consciously wake up into the space of gratitude that one more day is given as a blessing for you to start with the day. The ultimate space that Bhagavan creates again and again to remind us that it's a beautiful day that Bhagavan is giving us again one more day for us to realize that I am Paramashiva. So start with a deep gratitude and asking for the gratitude space again and again will make you more and more enlightened. The gratitude is the best attitude, Bhagavan says. The ultimate space that you can experience in the world is the gratitude space. Everything that you see is the best auspicious thing that can ever happen. There was a king and he said to this person who said everything is auspicious. So he started shouting at him. He said, everything is auspicious that you did not cut my hand. So the king went and cut his hand and said, now is it auspicious? He said, everything is auspicious. Yes, this is also auspicious. Then when they went for the hunting, the tribes took the king and this person and they tied it up. Because he did not have a hand, he left him and he went off. That time he understood, the king understood why everything is auspicious. He said, my life is not taken away. That is why I think it's auspicious. Everything, when you start seeing auspiciousness as your life, you'll have a deep gratitude. When you understand that Bhagavan is giving us the possibility for one more day to experience the greatest truth, Bhagavan himself, who is happening as you today for manifesting all the reality. Starting the day with that context, how Prahlada said everything is Vishnu. When he wakes up, it's Vishnu. When he goes to sleep, it's Vishnu. When he drinks a milk, that is a Vishnu. When he dances, it's Vishnu. Everything he saw as Vishnu. The Gopikas see everything as only Krishna. They don't know the difference between anybody and Krishna. Everything and everyone they are seeing as Krishna. Bhagavan sees everything as Arunagiri Yogeshwara, the possibility of Arunagiri Yogeshwara in everybody. Ramana Maharishi sees everybody as Arunachala. When people go around the Girivalam, he goes and sits outside, puts a chair and sees, oh, so many Arunachalas going, I should take blessings. They are coming to take blessings from Bhagavan, but he takes the blessing, says, so many Arunachala has come. Any person who comes to the ashram, he treats them like Arunachala because he knows only Arunachala. The whole space, Ramakrishna Paramahansa sees everybody as a Kali, the goddess herself. The whole space they are all in as so much of divinity, so much of divinity. They forget they have some other identity other than the Paramashiva space in them. That is the space when you are soaked in that. Simply the blessing will be a bomb in you, and simply you will be enlightened. Again and again, drench yourself. And the first thing in the morning, when you take bath, when you experience anything, deeply connect to Paramashiva again and again in every form, every thought, every word, and simply you will experience the ultimate divinity as yourself. And Paramashiva will simply manifest all the powers. That is why he says he is eaten by none. When you become the eternal, then there is nothing to remove from you. If nothing is there to remove from you, where is Emma's work on you? Simply you be liberated at that point. Either you liberate yourself or Yama has to put you into the next body, next body, next body till you get liberated. He keeps doing the work of compassion, uncompromised compassion to put you in the next body because this vehicle is no more useful. So you need another vehicle again to try to get enlightened. And again, how you wish, what you wish, and where you wish, everything you decide and you take a birth again and again. And based on that, you raise yourself and get a human body. When you get a human body, you forget everything. But if little you remember in the very moments of the early morning and very moments of the day when you deeply experience your body, that I am Paramashiva, experiencing this body, simply connect to the divine space and gratitude space. That divine is happening in you and you can experience. No other body can experience the divinity and understand it. Only a human body, Bhagavan says, can understand, and it's very, very precious that you got it. It's like you have won a jackpot. Now experience that to the core. How many minutes you take to experience those moments as I am Paramashiva. Simply Bhagavan says you will manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. With that, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the authorities of Hinduism who are the rishis and who scientists who time tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Apta Pramana for increasing the weight of huge object, Garima power. This is from Valmiki Ramayana, Yuddha Khanda, chapter 4, text 86 to 90. When Sri Rama and his Vanara Sena reached the gates of Lanka, Rama commanded the monkey general to besiege all the 4 gates of Lanka. He himself, along with the Lakshman, protects the army besieging the northern gates being guarded by Ravana. Then Rama sends Angada to Ravana to bring him back to the reason. Angada tries to his best to convince Ravana, but in vain. Ravana commands his attendant to siege Angada. Angada shakes out those attendants who try to siege him. Ascends the roof of Ravana palace. He basically comes out of the palace. Angada finally returns to Rama, who's stationed in the midst of the monkey force. Simply, he was able to go beyond and just crush and come back to where Rama lived. All the great, beautiful, possible ways, Hanuman and all the monkeys demonstrated all the powers just being in the space of Ramanama. Now we'll go to Atma Pramana.
Bhagavan Osho translates as, from this follows the attainment of anima, etc., perfection of the body and removal of the elements' power to obstruct the body. Patanjali is continuing from last sutra. He says all the samyama he described in the last sutra. I described the basic 5 samyamas to all of you. Through that 5 samyama, of course, I have not described all the samyamas because it is literally impossible for you guys to do. But I will take as a course and record it and keep it so that the knowledge is not destroyed. Through these samyamas, Patanjali says all the 8 mighty powers are expressed in your system. I will describe one by one. Anima means becoming small, like an atom, you can just disappear. Mahima, becoming huge, like a mountain. Like a Meru, Kailash. Lahima, very light. That is what is happening in the levitation. You all experience Lahima Siddhi when you levitate. You become very light so that because of that the body rises into the air. Garima, heavy. Actually, there are some people who can experience the heavy, the body will not move, just like a rock. That is also one more siddhi, Lahima. Garima, that siddhi is called. Prapti, to reach anywhere you want. Pragamya, to achieve all one's desire. You can fulfill any desire. Ishatva, leadership consciousness, being a leader of all the situations of your life. Vashitva, ability to command and control everything in your life. These are the great 8 siddhis. Only one thing I wanted to tell you all, it is possible to have all these 8 siddhis. It is not just stories. It's a solid experience. It is possible.
Beautifully, we went through the Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, now Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are experience of millions of disciple devotees who have been initiated by Bhagavan, who are experiencing these powers and sharing their testimonials. This is for the power of Ashta Maha Shakti, power of increasing the weight of a huge object. You can see Kalama saying, Success Swamiji made the sewing machine heavier by 4 ounces, 128 to 132.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. Deadlifting. Powerlifting exercises can be harmful to shoulder, lower back, and knee injuries, from muscle strain, tendons chronic to fractures. The deadlift exercise utilizes the entire posterior chain in the body and is considered one of the most effective full body muscle building exercises. However, deadlifts can pose a risk of spinal damage. Deadlifts place force on the spinal disc, especially when done with heavy weight. If you perform these exercises with a rounded or arched back, the amount of disc compression increases substantially and can result in bulged disc, pinched nerves, or other issues. Preparation and step by step personal coaching are necessary for novice who wants to lift heavy weight. Charts are given to indicate the average weight one can lift depending on the gender, height, weight, and level of training. Manifesting powers of Ashta Maha Shaktis, power of increasing the size of others. Mahima, how a Balasans from a Nithyananda Gurukul can effortlessly uplift double the weight he should be able to lift for his height, weight, and level of training. Manifesting power of Ashta Maha Shaktis, powers to lift huge weights effortlessly, also known as Lagima, power to make things lighter.
The Shastra Pramana, the direct words of Mahasadashiva, where Sadashiva reveals how this Shakti manifests. It is from the Paushkar Agama, Vidyapada, Patala 6. Lagima shigrage vitvam pankadhavapya majjanam mahima vyapya chasthanam brihadendriyadadribihi. You can take on the stage now.
Yes, so first we have Srinivas, who'll be stepping up, and we'll take your weight first and see where you're at, and then we'll compare that number against the lift that you'll be doing. So if you want to just quickly step up and take your weight.
As you can see, Srinivasan Maharaj, a Rudra of the Nithyananda order, is stepping up on the weighing scale, and you will be seeing, as you can see, he is 54.1 kgs.
So 54 kgs. And on the bar, as I mentioned earlier, I got a little excited talking about this, is 115 kgs. And just to put this into perspective, I actually haven't lifted this weight in over 3 years. So what he's going to be doing is something I haven't trained and done in 3 years. And so I'm excited to see this. What he'll be comparing is up against, and again, this is very logical and there's a lot of numbers involved. He's lifting roughly 120 pounds more than somebody that is a beginner, which is completely insane because I'm assuming he hasn't been training. If I don't know how long he's been training for, but I don't think he's been training very long. And so 120 pounds more than a beginner he'll be lifting, and he's lifting a weight that I haven't lifted in over 3 years. So I'll let him take this.
So that's great. Srinivasa Maharaj, you can come up in the front. You can see Srinivasa Maharaj is getting into the position. As you can see, Srinivasan Maharaj has lifted.
I don't mean to be a stickler for form and all this, but when it comes to training, form is everything. You're going to get much more power if you have like exact form. And I can say his form was not correct, but it didn't matter. That's what's shocking, is that you were able to somehow muster the strength without having the correct base.
And Srinivasan Maharaj is just 54 kgs and he has lifted over 115 kgs just like that without any effort.
Setting up the items for Garima power to increase the power of any huge object. If you have Jnananjan to apply between your eyebrows, please keep it ready. A bathroom weighing scale for weighing the object to increase. Have a huge object, like you can have a pumpkin or water bottle, heavy weight. let us set up the camera so that the timestamp is downloaded, video is on, and timestamp is seen on the screen very clearly. And this place is very well lit and it's quiet. The camera is facing you and the weighing scale and the object. Please take few minutes to record this because it's so precious, all these extraordinary powers on the camera. Guidelines to start recording for increasing the weight of a huge object. Turn on the video recording, apply the Jnananjan between your eyebrows and bring your awareness to your eyebrows in your third eye. Take the object and weigh on the scale twice for the accuracy of the object. Weight clearly. Gaze intensely and gently at the object in front of you without touching. Through the third eye, change the weight of the object in front of you to become heavier. The huge object is changing the weight to become more heavier. The weight of the object should be measured again twice at the end of the power manifestation for the accuracy of the reading to become consistent of the reading and see the changes that has happened before and after. If you're just feeling the vibration or a heat, or if you're feeling it is decreased, it is perfectly okay, or increased only a few grams to start with, that is excellent. But if you can change the weight by 5 to 10 units, that is the awesome power manifestation. Exactly, Shakti is just happening in you. Here, for verifying, just take the before and after reading. If you can take a picture of that, it'll be excellent apart from the video. Now, authentically share the video with powerful cognition for others and listen to others' experience for power manifestation.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shakti Pada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shakti Pada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of be unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Maha Sadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving. For all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. And it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion, to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest
the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Power manifestation for verifying an increase of huge object. No video editing is done on this Shakti Avishkarana or power manifestation video. Verify the video is not stopped or restarted in the process of manifestation. All videos are verified with the timestamp, and all videos should have a wide angle view showing the scale and you or the object, that large object, very clearly in a wide angle. Do not touch the object during the power manifestation process. Make sure you do not tamper the scale, or do not add or remove or decrease to increase or decrease the weight of the object from external. Authentically, 5 to 10 units of change of increase should happen for this power and should be visibly seen for the beautiful power manifestation to be recorded. Thank you for choosing this power.
We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotiyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that, and you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham